Hello, my name is Mark, and today we are going to be doing another Minecraft tutorial showcase. Just kidding, boy. Today we will actually be going to discuss the physics of gaming. But before we start, let me give a shout out to my friend Fusion on YouTube. He make my R6 montage look so beautiful. I link him in the description. So first we'll talk about force. To understand force, you need to know the Hooke law, which states the force needed to extend or compress a spring by some distance is proportional to that distance. So in this equation it states that the force is equal to the negative spring constant multiplied by the x, or the distance. So how does this relate to gaming? Well, my keyboard, under the keycap, there's a switch, and the switch has a spring, so when I press the switch, it comes right back up. In gaming, a good keyboard has light switches that are lubed with oil to reduce as much friction as possible. My keyboard uses switches that have 60-gram springs and travel 1.5 millimeter. So we need to know what is the spring constant. So now we can use the equation F is equal to negative k times x. But we have a problem. The F is measured in Newton and the x is measured in meter. So now we have to convert the gram to the Newton. So we go 60 gram is equal to 0.6 Newton. And then we have to convert the millimeter to the meter. 1.5 millimeter is equal to 0.0015 meter. So we get the equation 0.6 Newton is equal to negative k times 0.0015. We divide the 0.6 divided by 0.0015 and we get the spring constant is equal to 400 Newton per meter. So now we talk about motion, or more specifically acceleration, which is the rate of change of velocity per unit of time. We use the equation acceleration is equal to change in velocity over change in time. Well, how does this relate to gaming? I have to accelerate my mouse in order to flick my target. I play on very low sensitivity like many professional gamer because it is more accurate. I have to accelerate my mouse using the whole 16 inches of my mouse pad in order to hit clips like these. So now we can use our equation. Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the change in time. Now we don't know what our change in velocity is, but we do know that my mouse pad is 16 inches, or in other words 0.4064 meters, and the time it took me to flick to my target is 0.35 seconds. So we use the formula of velocity is equal to distance over time and divide 0.4064 divided by 0.35 to get 1.16 meters per second to the left, since we flick to the left. Cool, so finally using the acceleration formula, we subtract the final velocity 1.16 meters per second from the initial velocity 0 meters per second and divide by 0.35 seconds to get 3.3175 meters per second squared, which is our acceleration. Visible light waves are in the electromagnetic spectrum and can be seen by the naked eye. They form the colors of the rainbow, whereas sound waves travel through elastic mediums where we can hear them. When I'm gaming, I always pay attention to what's around me with my peripheral and auditory senses. This means I always focus on what's on the screen and back it up using what I hear from my gaming headset. Sometimes I can only use one sense because I can't use the other in some situations, like in this clip.
Spike planted.
You have res, Ryan.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
As you can see, I couldn't hear that player and could only rely on how fast I could react to the light waves coming from my monitor.
Just help out Mark.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
what are you doing? Mark doesn't think he's probably shoot this yet. He's backside, back corner. Oh, nice.
The same thing happened again where the person was too far away to hear it and I could only react to the light waves on the screen. Now let's take a look at this clip here where I only rely on my auditory senses to detect where players are. After I heard that ringing from the alarm, I knew exactly where he was, above me. Now I also hear somebody walking in the hallway in front of me. I want to say thank you to everyone watching me demonstrate how physics concepts works in gaming, and again make sure to check out Fusion's YouTube channel where he edited a montage for me.